I don't know how many of you are aware of it, but Canada, following the example of the United States and the European Union, has imposed tariffs on China. It is a 100% tariff on any electric vehicles that are brought into Canada from China, and a 25% tariff on any steel and aluminum that are imported. However, China decided that they were going to not take this laying down and pointed out that they're now going to have an anti-dumping probe into the canola imports that come from Canada, because, as I pointed out to you before, Canada really sucks when it comes to the environment. They don't have strong environmental laws, and they really don't care about anybody else's. In fact, when bringing up the environment and pollution, people love to mention China. They love to mention India. And yeah, China and India do produce a lot, but you know who produces more? The wealthiest countries. The United States and the European Union, they produce more individually, like all the European countries and the United States all by itself, both produce more toxic emissions than China or India. SpaceX, check it out. Yes, the United States, the wonderful country. You're getting mercury dumped into your water in Texas by SpaceX. And in case you didn't know, mercury is bad for you. They used to refer to the people as being mad as a hatter because hatters used mercury to stiffen the hats. As a matter of fact, because it's just the weather, I suppose we don't have to worry about all of that mercury that's now being released into the Arctic because of the warming temperatures, the permafrost, which is no longer permanently frozen. Because in case you didn't pay attention to Ghostbusters Afterlife, science is not safe. Science is all about giving you the plague and gambling on the cure. So, we have a glacier in Tibet that has over 1,700 frozen viruses in it. And it's been frozen for a while. So what do you think the chances are that we're still immune to even a quarter of this shit? That scientists just went, oh, hey, look, check out all the shit I just found. Two things from Australia. Cutting trees in Australia that harbor endangered animals. What is wrong with that picture, Australia? Or the next one I'm going to show you. This is a problem in the United States too, by the way. The United States has several hundred oil wells that are considered to be useless now, can't be used for pumping oil, but still have enough oil in them to leak into the groundwater. They aren't capped, they aren't sealed. Meanwhile, near a national park in Australia, Sydney, Australia, that was closed ages ago, we have a methane mine. The park wasn't closed, the mine was closed. And guess what? Methane's not good for you either. But according to Australia, since most of that little island is trying to kill you anyway, what does it matter if humans just throw a few more pieces in? Right? Right. But please, reassure me, it's just the weather. Meanwhile, corporations are still putting out false ads. We're pumping more pollution than we ever did before. And I keep hearing all this shit from governments about green stuff, but you know what? At the rate we're going, I could show you one thing about someone from the United Nations basically pointing out that the ocean is going to flood. And although the bloated felon says, oh goody, more beachfront property, again, I point out, the only way you get that new beachfront property is by flooding the old beachfront property. That actually makes the United States smaller. But if you let the bloated felon back into power, that'll be okay, because he plans on deporting every immigrant. Even if their parents weren't born there, that means they're all immigrants, they all have to go. Technically, that would mean that George Washington wouldn't have been allowed to stay in the United States since his parents were English. But hey, why bring reality into people who are stupid?